Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the Daily Tarot for Tuesday, the 22nd of December 2020. Hope you're well wherever you are. This will be a major arcana reading using the ancient Italian tarot. Okay, so I'll just have another little shuffle and we'll get going. Lovely. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, we've got the Sun in reverse. Right, the Sun is about commitment, finalising contracts or signing contracts, coming to the end of a process and unifying, a kind of happy ending. And it's also about illumination, stuff coming to light maybe, but here it's in the reverse. Justice. Okay, so the matter of right and wrong, fairness, unfairness, or the perception of right and wrong, fairness and unfairness. Okay, sorry, I need another shuffle. And another one, sorry. There we go. Oh, right, okay. The world. The world. Okay, how lovely, the world. Right, so there's a holding off here of the finalising of something. Non-committal energy here, whether that's a refusal to commit on our part or the part of somebody else, or the decision not to commit to something, or it just kind of not happening. But anyway, that's what we've got in the Sun in the reverse, and this is something to do with a sense of right, wrong, fair and unfair, deserved and undeserved here in the Justice card. This matter of deserving and undeserving, fair and unfair, are very, very much in the eye of the beholder. And one person's fair outcome is another person's unfair outcome. And who's to decide who deserves what? Who's to decide that? Perhaps that is what is not committed to, a sense of what's right and wrong, what's fair and unfair, what's deserved and undeserved. However, we do have the ending of something here, and in the ending is the beginning, the opening, the closing off of something leading to the opening for a new something, whatever that thing may be. Now, I'm most interested in this. So I think what I'm seeing here is the holding off, whether by choice or by chance, or against one's will, of commitment here, the holding off of it, that it not happening, is what actually leaves this path open with the closing off of something, the kind of the full signing off of something. And what we've missed out here is judgment. We've got card number 19 here, card number 21 here, card number 20, judgment. And judgment and justice have a very close, very, very close relationship. And I mean, the Judgment card in the tarot is about the final reckoning. the final weighing up of everything. And I say weighing up, and I'm seeing the scales here in the Justice card. So it's like it can't be closed off world here. We can't close this off. We can't commit to something, whether that's committing to the beginning of something, the continuation of something, or the ending of something. I can't tell which one it is here in the world, because it could be, well, it certainly could be an ending, or it could be a beginning. I would err towards it being an ending, seeing as this is the final card of the cycle. But we can't do that until we've sorted out this business of, until we've weighed up in the scales, and excuse me, until we've weighed up in the scales under the watchful eye of justice, expressed here in the eye placed in that beautiful bejeweled collar there over the heart chakra. You know, justice has to be tempered with love, basically. So there's something to be worked out. I'm going to get another one on this sun in the reverse here. Sorry, I need another shuffle. I know when it's right. It's not right yet. Hold on a sec. You just have to trust the reader on this or not. Over to you. Okay. There we go. Okay. Right, so let's find out more about this. Okay. The Hierophant. So there's something to do here with rules. And it's not rules to do with the individual, it's rules to do with the collective. The Hierophant is the point at which the sense of kind of our moral and spiritual self embodied in the High Priestess kind of goes public and becomes something that we express to others, and something that informs our behavior and our expectations, I would say, of others here in the Hierophant. And the phrase that's coming to my mind is do as you would be done by. And I think there's some sort of hitch on that. And that is chiming also very, very clearly with the Justice card here. And it's kind of holding up this cycling out of whatever it is in the World card here. Something hasn't been completed. Something hasn't been kind of fully discharged. Some sort of moral responsibility or duty has not been fully discharged, and there's a sense of unfairness. Okay. Hanged Man in the reverse. Okay, I would say there's there's some aspect of whatever it is that's brought you to this reading that remains unexamined. The Hanged Man is taking ourselves out of the action of whatever it is, parking ourselves off to one side and looking at a situation from every which way we possibly can, every which way we can think of to look at a situation, in order to view it from multiple different angles, multiple different perspectives, to see what we can learn from that. Because sometimes looking at things from sort of round the back or from upside down, as the Hanged Man does, gives us very, very useful information about something, and helps us then take ourselves down out of the tree and move forward back into the flow to carry on excuse me, with whatever it is that we're engaged upon. So I would say, because this is turned up in the reverse, there is some aspect of whatever it is we're moving towards in the World card here that remains unexamined, and it's causing or uninvestigated. And the fact that there's this it's causing there's a gap. There's a gap in the whole thing, and it's causing a sense of frustration also in Sun in the reverse, and unfairness. Something remains unbrought into the light, unfinished, unexamined. Something's been glossed over, and it's something to do with there's some moral aspect to it. And as I say, not just moral on the personal, but moral on the collective front here in the Hierophant. Okay. Right. The Emperor. Okay, there might be someone further up the food chain to appeal to. I'm really getting very strongly the presence of these two very strong, number 4, number 5 here, these very strong authority figures. This is like worldly authority. This is spiritual and moral authority. And there's this gap in the middle where, as I say, something has been glossed over. Now, okay, I would say that there's some aspect of a process that involves our public and group and collective responsibility. Oh dear, sorry, I've got a little whistle going there. Our sense of collective responsibility, both in worldly terms and in spiritual and moral terms. I mean, it could be that someone further up the food chain than us, in terms of who has authority, who has power, who has control, has deliberately glossed this thing over in the Hangman in the reverse. But I think the balance of this is telling me that that's probably not the case. It's more something that has been missed or glossed over, perhaps not even purposefully. But the missing or the glossing over of it, or the ignoring of it, is holding up a commitment, blocking the fruition of something here in the World card, and is causing a sense of unfairness and undeservedness. And the Emperor and the Hierophant here are an invitation to look at the power structures involved in this matter, whatever it is. Look at the power structures from both the kind of what's written down on paper and how what's written down on paper pertains to what is in your heart and what you know to be the right thing to do, the done thing. So we've got the done thing, the fair thing, and the thing that has to be done here. And there's a gap in the middle. I'm going to get one more to crown this off. Because what's right and what's fair and what's necessary, right, fair, necessary, are not always the same thing. And perhaps there's this thing that hasn't been fully examined here in the Hanged Man in reverse, is the key to unlocking this situation and moving us from this reversed energy through to the end, to the world here. Okay. Right, now I was talking about justice and judgment. We got judgment in the reverse here. Right, whatever this is, it's not... It's not final. It's not the end of this process. And it's not something, I would say, from this reading that can bring this whole thing crashing down or bring it to a halt on a permanent front. This Sun in reverse is reversible, but it's going to take a bit of thought. And as I say, it's about the juxtaposition between what we consider to be right, what we consider to be fair, and what we consider to be necessary. That's the triangle we're dealing with in this reading. And all of those things are kind of personal. It's not, I mean, the Judgment card is deeply impersonal in its nature. You know, this trumpet does not just sound for some or just for one. It sounds for all. But the fact that it's turned up here in the reverse is showing me this is not a personal thing. It's a balancing, as I say, of the sense of right, fair, and necessary. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please join me again soon for another reading. Namaste.